the MAC championship game. This is in Ford Field in Detroit, always where this game is played. The battle in Ohio here. Ohio Bobcats and the Miami, Ohio Redhawks back in the MAC championship game for the second straight year and looking to be champions for a second straight year. Miami 2.5-point favorites, 44.5 the total in this game. This is a great matchup. This is actually one that people will be watching other things. The Big 12 championship maybe won't be paid because it's on at the same time as this one, but I'll definitely be watching that. I'm excited to see how this one plays out. Ohio is a red hot machine right now. 5-0 straight up, 5-0 against the spread finish down the stretch. I certainly hopped on this Ohio freight train multiple times down the stretch. The Toledo game, I took their team total over against Ball State on Friday, thinking that, you know what, they fired Mike New, Ball State, that, you know, I don't know if they're going to have their best foot forward, and their defense stinks anyway, Ball State, that Ohio would be able to score a bunch of points, and they did that to cement their spot in the MAC championship game. They can come at you many different ways. You know, they can throw the football with Parker Navarro, you know, who's solid in that regard. But more importantly, they've got a very dynamic run game. Navarro's a very athletic, very mobile quarterback. And then Anthony Tyus, you know, outstanding running back here for Ohio. So that's going to be a matchup to watch out for. And the run game, as much as Navarro can throw, they are a team that likes to be able to lean on that ground game and have that be kind of the focal point, the engine, if you will, behind their offense, and the numbers bear that out this year for the Ohio Bobcats. They're certainly a stronger, more potent run team than they are a passing team. The question is going to be can they do that, and can that run game work here against a Miami O defense that this season been pretty good once again, 14th in the country as overall in total yards allowed, 18th in passing yards per game allowed, but slightly weaker against the run, Connor Mack. A very good defense, Miami O, but the run defense numbers, which are still pretty solid, they're not nearly as good as they are against the pass. So does that open up an opportunity for the Ohio run game to have some success? This is a rematch, by the way.
Yeah. Didn't happen in the first game.
Yep.
No. Miami, Ohio ran for, I think, 150, and Ohio ran for 110 in that game.
They did. Yeah. They shut down the Ohio ground game for the most part in that 30-20 win that Miami O had at home against Ohio back in October. And again, Navarro was held in check. Tyus really didn't get much going. So that's a concern that, yes, the weaker, overall the numbers are weaker against the run for Miami O. But when Miami O faced this Ohio team earlier this year, they shut down that run game. And to be honest, when you shut down that Ohio run game, you have a good chance of shutting down Ohio, period, and winning the game. That being said, man, I think Ohio is really playing their best football at the right time of year. Miami O had their championship last year. They don't want to win again, don't get me wrong, but they had their championship last year, and here's Ohio's chance to maybe get their name on that trophy. I have not bet it yet. I think I'd feel better at least with at least a +3 or better. But if it ever shows up, +3 or better with the Bobcats, count me in as a buyer on Ohio in this game. I'm leaning in that. They've just been too good to me down the stretch. They've been very good. I know let's also factor in with Miami O. Great win for them to beat Bowling Green 28-12 last week, which got them into this MAC championship game. But I'm here to tell you this right now. He played in that game, and credit to him, Harold Fannin, who is like one of the best tight ends in college football this year for Bowling Green. He's been like 90% of their offense this year, Bowling Green. He played in that game against Miami O. There's no fucking way he was close to 100%. You could see it. He was playing through something really painful. He was not even close to as effective and as he normally would be. And I don't want to take away from Miami O, but Bowling Green relies so much on Fannin this year. And with him just totally compromised, not even close to 100% health, it really hampered Bazelak in the passing game. And they keyed in on the run and shut that down. And it just made a world of difference for Bowling Green, not having their dynamic tight end healthy for that football game. Miami O took advantage of them. This game's a little different, though. This team is healthy. This team is playing their best football, and I know Miami got the better of them in October. This isn't October anymore. This is December. And I like the way Ohio has really put their foot down on the accelerator here in the last month. So I'm interested in Ohio. I'll really get involved if it gets to +3. What do you think here, C-Mac? MAC championship game. The C-Mac championship game, I should say.
Yeah, we'll see if it gets to 3. I don't think it does, but who knows? Maybe. Ohio's dealing with some injuries too. Check that out. They've kind of had a few guys out the last couple weeks. That first matchup, they lost last year too. Did Ohio, kind of a whole different team, but Ohio beat them. Miami, Ohio, I liked them last week. I thought they could get the job done with Gabbard. They played great. The defense played great. You hit on it. Both these defenses solid, 13th, 15th. So who can make the place? And in that first meeting, which just led to his benching for a while, was Navarro, the picks. I mean, he was there to get out. And he sat for a minute before he got the job back. He needs to be better and take care of the ball. He's more of a running quarterback.
Has been lately. Can we get that Parker Navarro, the down the stretch Parker Navarro? If we get the October Parker Navarro in that game, they're gonna have no chance, obviously.
Yeah, and they've looked good. Of course, playing not the best. They did look really against a better team in Toledo, but they remember. I think this was their last loss. Kind of. I see it as double revenge for last year and this year. I think they're the hotter team with Ohio as the dog. You got to take them. It's just kind of a flip with these MAC games. We talk about it all year with them. They're not the most reliable teams, and those turnovers like I was talking about. But I think, if you try to maybe wait for a 3, but I think Ohio right now gets after it, take them. I think they win it outright in a good game. I lean under. This rivalry in the past has seen kind of some more points, but these defenses have just been so good. And the first game got over, 30-20. Yep. But I'd lean under, not just to lean on the total. But I'm on Ohio.
All right, yeah, I'm with you. It's Ohio for me. I'm interested, certainly, and I might just take it in anyway at 2.5. Even if it doesn't hit 3, I might get in with Ohio, but certainly leaning in that direction. Parker Navarro, by the way, has a lot of Cody Fajardo vibes, not only in the way he plays, but Cody looks a little bit like Cody Fajardo. There's definitely a resemblance from him back in the day. So I always think, I feel like I'm watching Cody Fajardo when I watch Parker Navarro play for Ohio.